All right, thanks, guys. We are coming off a 4-3 day yesterday in our premium picks on patreon.com/Brock Page. We're also hitting at 4-2-1 in our last 7 NFL package plays on that site. Link for that website is in the description section below. That is patreon.com/Brock Page. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some NBA action. Beginning with OKC taking on the Raptors, 6 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Toronto. The Raptors are the 2.5-point favorite, total at 212 and a hook. Now, we did see a 1-point fade of Toronto in movement downward on the total. The Raptors open 3.5 down to -2.5. Total open 214 down to 212 and a hook. 81% of the consensus are leaning toward Toronto. 88% shaded toward the over. And right now, OKC is plus $1.30 on the money line. Now, Powell and Siakam are still out indefinitely for the Raptors. But if you like OKC in this matchup here, just keep in mind, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 7 games. They're also just 5-9 straight up on the road. Now, Gallinari and Dennis Schroeder, they're listed as out for OKC. They also rank in the bottom 5 in offensive rebounding, bottom 3 in road scoring. Now, this OKC squad is averaging just 102 points per contest on the road this year. They're also shooting just 31% from downtown. Now, the Raptors on the other side, they rank in the top 10 in points allowed, top 3 in offensive field goal percentage. They're 6-2 straight up in their last 8, 6-2 against the spread in those 8 games as well. They're also very good at home. 13-4 straight up at the Scotia Bank Arena. 11-6 against the spread in those 17 games. They rank in the top 5 in defending the 3-ball. And they also rank in the top 10 in home scoring. Kyle Lowry's averaging 21 points a game, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Freddie VanVleet, 18 points a game, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. And of course, Serge Ibaka, 14 points a game, 8 rebounds for him. Toronto ranks in the top 10 in offensive 3-point percentage at home. They're also in the top 5 in defending, in defensive field goal percentage at home as well. Now, 2 out of Toronto's last 3 games did get over the number. Meanwhile, OKC 5-2 to the over in their last 7. I'm going to lean Toronto -2.5 and the over 212 and a hook in that game. Next matchup, Charlotte taking on Memphis, 8 o'clock Memphis. The Hornets are the 3-point favorite, total at 217.5. We saw a 1-point fade of Memphis and movement downward on the total. The Grizzlies open -4 down to -3. Total open 218 down to 217.5. 83% are leaning Memphis, 79% shaded toward the over. Right now, Charlotte is plus $1.30 on the money line. Charlotte's also lost their last 4 straight games. They're just 6-11 on the road this year, bottom 3 in scoring, bottom 10 in offensive rebounding. Now, the Charlotte squad's already 12 games back in their division, and they're averaging just 100 points per contest on the road. A couple more things to add about Charlotte here. They rank in the bottom 5 in defensive field goal percentage, and they rank dead last in offensive field goal percentage on the road. Now, Memphis, on the other side, they've successfully covered the point spread in 3 out of their last 4. They're also 70% against the spread in their last 10. They rank 11th in offensive field goal percentage, 11th in defensive rebounding. Ja Morant's averaging 18 points a game, 6 assists. Jaren Jackson, 18 points a game, 5 rebounds. And Jonas Valanciunas, 14 points a game, 10 rebounds for him. Memphis ranks in the top 10 in offensive 3-point percentage at home. They're also averaging 113 points per contest on their home court. Now, 7 out of Memphis' last 9 did get over the number. Meanwhile, Charlotte, 10-7 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean Memphis -3 and the over 217.5 in that contest. Next game, Houston taking on the Pelicans, 8 o'clock New Orleans. The Rockets are the 4.5-point favorite, total at 230. We did see a 0.5-point move toward Houston and movement upward on the total. The Rockets open 4 up to -4.5. Total open 229 up to 230. 81% are leaning Houston, 57% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Pels are plus $1.60 on the money line. New Orleans just 4-6 straight up in their last 10. And of course, out of their 16 home games on the year, they were victorious in just 5 of them. They rank in the bottom 3 in points allowed, bottom 10 in defensive rebounding, and they're 10-23 straight up overall for the year. So out of their 33 games on the season, they've been victorious in just 10 of them. And they're already 12.5 games back of the division lead. They rank in the bottom 10 in home offensive field goal percentage, bottom 3 in points allowed at home. Now Houston on the other side, winners in 5 out of their last 6. They're also 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. They rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 5 in offensive rebounding. James Harden is averaging 38 points a game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. Clint Capella, 14 rebounds a game for him, 14 points a game he's averaging as well, 2 blocks. And Daniel House, 11 points a game for rebounds. Now, Russell Westbrook listed as out as of right now. Looks like it's going to be a rest day for him. Gordon and Capella are listed as questionable as well, so keep an eye on those guys closer to the tip-off. Regardless, though, Houston, top 3 in road scoring, top 10 in road three-point percentage. They're averaging 120 points per contest away from home. Now, 3 out of Houston's last 3, ironically, did stay under the total. They're also 11-6 to the under when traveling. Meanwhile, the Pelicans, they're on a under run right now. 6 straight unders for New Orleans. 10-6 to the under at home. I'm going to lean Houston -4.5 and the under 230 in that game. All right, before we go ahead and move on, I just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Sunday's NBA action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out once again on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We went 4-3 yesterday in our premium picks on that site. We're also hitting at 4-2-1 in our last 7 NFL picks on that site as well. If you want to check out my current record for Patreon, you can do that right now for absolutely free. It's right on the homepage. Link for that site is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines of personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got the Kings taking on the Nuggets, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Denver. The Nuggets are the 9.5-point favorite, total at 210.5. We saw a half-point move toward Denver and movement downward on the total. The Nuggets open as the 9-point favorite, up to 9.5. Total open 211, down to 210 and a hook. 88% are leaning Denver, 60% shaded toward the under. Right now, Sacramento's plus 420 on the money line. Sacramento's also just 12-20 overall for the year. They're right in the middle of a 6-game losing streak. They rank in the bottom 5 in scoring, bottom 5 in offensive rebounding. Marvin Bagley's out. Trevor Ariza and De'Aaron Fox are listed as questionable. This Sacramento squad ranks dead last in offensive rebounding on the road, bottom 10 in road scoring. Now the Kings, when they travel, they've actually had 18 games on the road this year, and they've been victorious in just 6 of them. They're also just 5-9 against the spread in those in their last 14 road games. Now, when it comes to Denver, on the other side, they're playing pretty good basketball right now. 8-1 straight up in their last 9, 14-4 straight up at home this year. They rank the top 3 in points allowed, top 10 in defensive field goal percentage. Nikola Jokic, 18 points a game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Jamal Murray, 17 points a game, 5 assists for him. And Will Barton, 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Now, Denver ranks at the top 10 in home offensive rebounding, top 3 in points allowed at home. And we're looking at 102 points per contest in that category there. Meanwhile, Denver, 11-7 to the under at home. Sacramento, 20-12 to the under overall for this season. I'm going to lean Nuggets -9.5 and the under 210 and a hook in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Mavericks taking on the Lakers, 9:30 Eastern tip-off in that contest. The Lakers are -3, total 221.5. Not a whole lot of movement on the spread. Pretty good two-way action there. We did see a little bit of movement upward on the total. The Lakers open and remain -3, total open 221 up to 221.5. 56% are leaning Dallas, 81% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Mavericks are plus $1.35 on the money line. Now, Dallas is just 2-3 against the spread in their last 5. They're allowing 110 points per contest when traveling. The Lakers, on the other side, they rank in the top 3 in field goal percentage, top 5 in points allowed. Anthony Davis is averaging 28 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. LeBron James, 26 points a game, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. The Lakers rank at the top 3 in defensive rebounding and top 10 in home offensive field goal percentage. Now they're 25-7 overall for the year, 10-4 straight up at home. They're in the top 5 in points allowed at home, top 10 in home defensive rebounding. 2 out of the Lakers' last 3 did get over the total. Dallas 11-4 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean Lakers -3 and the over 221.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our quick pick recap. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 4-2-1 in our last 7 NFL package plays on that website. Like the Lakers -3, over 221.5. Denver -9.5, under 210 and a hook. Houston -4.5, under 230. Memphis -3, over 217 and a hook. And last but certainly not least, I like Toronto -2.5 and the over 212.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we went 4-3 yesterday in our premium picks on that website. Shout out to Crazy Zooter, Mary Pierce, Anthony Owusu, Ant Rod, Mount Shanko, Stephen Lewis, Danny J, Sean O'Neill, Blacks Blazer, Tell Frederick, Vernon Williard, Aaron McLemore, Roger Wellington, Joe Me the Money, Sonny Llanos, Naga in Cambodia, and last but certainly not least, Modelo Time Fool. All right, that's going to do it for me, guys. But it is time to dive into our Spanish edition, also known as Edición en Español. Yo tengo Los Ángeles Lakers -3 y las altas Denver -9.5 y los bajos. Houston -4.5 y los bajos. Memphis -3 y las altas. Y final Toronto -2.5 y las altas. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this free commentary, all this free information. Happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.